asked you to draw up a list of some of your favorite things, you might have a bracelet, a necklace, a t-shirt, maybe some music, and maybe a book that you really enjoy. If I asked you to make a list of the things that you absolutely love, I'm sure the list would be much longer. There would be chocolate, cheesecake, there would be your mom, your dad, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, the ocean, traveling, and Jax, if you meet my dog, you'd absolutely fall in love. I love my dog. Those are the sort of things that would fill your list, and your list would be long. But if I asked you where you featured on that list, I'm almost 99% sure that you wouldn't even come up on that list. Over the next 4 weeks, we're going to be doing a little series called Love Starts With You. And it's a journey of discovering how do we truly value ourselves, how do we find true self-worth, and how do we begin to journey in a direction where we can truly love ourselves. Now, there's 3 elements that are vital to this journey. That is the mind, the body, and the soul. Now, these 3 elements absolutely fascinate me because despite there being so much advertising and marketing, go and love your mind, your body, and soul, sometimes we can never quite get a grip of this whole idea. And the reason is, I really believe, because we live in such a perfectionistic, pressured society. That being that you can only have worth, you can only have value when you've achieved something great. You can only measure your value when you've moved from point A to point B. You can only have something when you've got to a certain destination. So instead of appreciating the moment here, we're constantly on this treadmill of, I need to get to that place, that space. You are constantly on this treadmill feeling like you're running 100 k's an hour. And this constant pressure is coupled with our inner pressure, the pressure we put on ourselves personally. I know me, the way I speak to myself, I don't think I would ever speak like that to my best friend because it would just be too harsh. If I went to bed and what I was thinking was audible, people would be horrified because I can be extremely judgmental and extremely harsh on myself. So that coupled with the perfectionistic pressure of the world, it's just boiling for disaster there. And what I have discovered before finding true self-worth, appreciation, and love is you have to find a place of being in the present. Being on that treadmill sets your sights on, I can only have things in the destination. I can only have things in the future. I can only know my worth and my value over there somewhere. But if you get yourself to the present and you come to a place where you can appreciate the world around you, you can appreciate the things that you have, and you can see the value of the real you, you'll get to a place where you're actually at peace with yourself and at peace with your immediate world. Once you're in that place, self-worth, appreciation, and love will absolutely thrive. We're going to dive into some of the elements. The elements are the mind, the body, and the soul. I want to give you just a few applications that you can take away and gnaw on these couple of weeks. The first one is the mind. So as I said, it can run absolutely rampant with thoughts. How many of you go to bed at night and you constantly replaying the tiny things that went throughout your day that possibly were mistakes, possibly were negatives, possibly went wrong, replaying them over and over and over in HD as if you were in an IMAX theater? And I can guarantee you, if nothing went wrong that day, you're replaying all the possible eventualities of things that could possibly go wrong about all the good things that are happening in your life. This is the kind of movie that we need to slow down. It's something that we need to tune down, that the volume gets so much less. And in order to do that, we need to start being aware of the good things that are in our world. So that comes from being thankful. So the end of your day, write down in a book, in a journal, somewhere, 5 things that you are grateful for. They can be small things and they can be really big things. They can be, I'm really grateful that I have a shirt on my back, or I'm really grateful that my baby girl was delivered safe and well today. I'm really grateful for my promotion. I'm really grateful that I have a pen to write on this paper. Some people don't have pens. Whatever it may be, if you list those 5 things, you will immediately change your perspective. And those are the things that will make you change your perspective about your world and end up opening yourself up to seeing even more good in your world, because then your eyes will become open. When was the last time you had a really good laugh? Like a laugh with your tummy, with your face, that your face hurt, that you had tears running down your face. When was the last time you had the most incredible laugh? I think the world is so serious. We need to find people and places and things that make us truly laugh, that we can laugh from our bellies and just enjoy living. I think laughter is so special. We need to find places to do it and do it often. Give yourself an opportunity to praise yourself. So by that I mean, when something goes right in your world, say, well done. Yes, I'm on the right track. Woohoo! I actually got it today. Get excited about the little things in your life that make you feel alive. When something goes well, when something goes good, don't be afraid to say, well done, good job, because that opens you up to even more good in your world. Because the more you appreciate where you are, the more you can see the good things that are happening in the world, the more of them you will see. Secondly, it's your body element. Now, this element is so beautiful. It is one thing that was perfectly designed for nobody else but for you. And it wasn't designed for a moment. It was designed for you to last an entire lifetime. It's the one thing that's going to go with you day by day, no matter what. So your body is so important. And in today's day and age, it's becoming increasingly difficult to care for our bodies in the right way. I think one of the reasons is because of this pressure of society and our internal pressure. There is a need to escape it in one way or another, because we can't deal with the pressure, because we're not dealing with the real needs and the real realities. One of these escapisms are alcohol, maybe food addiction, self-harm, not caring for your body, and maybe even drugs to some degree. So you need to really look at, why are these things, why are these habits popping up in my world more often than not? Perhaps you're drinking because you want to numb the past. Perhaps you're drinking because you want to numb today. Perhaps you're eating so much because you have this gaping hole in your chest and you don't know how to fill it. Perhaps you're feeling so lonely, you're feeling so uncomfortable that you feel that food is the one thing that can comfort you. Perhaps you're not eating because you feel like you don't deserve it, or you feel like you don't have the body shape that would allow you to enjoy a good meal. If you can establish what those real base needs are, you can then get real with those needs, you can deal with them, and then that will bring you to a place where you can be peaceful with your present. And once you're peaceful with your present, you can move towards self-worth and truly loving yourself. Your body was designed to move. So every day, make sure that you do something that makes the blood pump through your veins, makes you feel alive. It's so good that you can breathe in the air and fill your lungs and feel alive, because it gives you a sense of purpose, it gives you a sense of being on this planet, and it's so important for your body to just pump full of blood and feel energized and excited. So whatever it is, whether it's running, walking, cycling, swimming, whatever it is, do it as often as you can. And when you do it, remind yourself that you're doing it for your body. So as you do it, say, I love doing this. It's so enjoyable. I really enjoy running. I really enjoy walking. And I'm doing this because I care for my body and I love my body. The last thing we're going to discuss with the body elements is mirrors. I know some of you love mirrors. I know some of you hate mirrors. But I want to push out this challenge for you this week. The next time you are in front of a mirror, I want you to do this thing. Stand in front of the mirror, eye to eye, And I want you to forgive yourself. I want you to stand there and forgive yourself. Because we are all challenged by everyone around us that we need to forgive all these people in our past and our present and all of that to get free so we can live in the moment. I can tell you the number one person that you need to forgive is you. And it's probably the one person you haven't forgiven yet. So that's the challenge. And then before you leave the mirror, I want you to think about one great thing about yourself. Once you've established that one great thing, then you can leave your mirror. The last element is your soul. Now this is the home to your personality, and it's the doorway to your faith. It's everything that defines you as you and everything that makes you, you. This is your place where you're going to find your peace, where you're going to find your solace, where you're going to find your relaxation. This is your space. It's also the space where you define what you allow into your home and what you choose to leave at your door. I say to so many people in the world, the things that get thrown at us and the things that come our way are either serving us and growing us or breaking us down and burdening us. So every time something comes towards you, you have the choice whether you take that in and make it home in yourself or whether you choose to leave it at the door. And that's your choice. And that's something that your soul can do. It can say, actually, I'm leaving that outside. I don't have to take that on board. Actually, that thing is really brilliant for me. And I'm going to make that home in myself and I'm going to make it part of me. That is your choice. As I've said, it's very important to get the blood flowing through you, but more so to find things that really set your soul on fire. So some of the things for me are spending time in nature and just taking in the glories that are all around me. The mountains, the sea, the forests, the trees, the birds. I love to stick my toes in the grass and feel it. I love to find an ocean when I can and feel the sand between my toes. Those things are really, really special for me and they make me feel really alive. Love spending time with animals, especially horses, feeling the power of them, going for a run and understanding the power of my body and its ability to just be and do. These are the moments where I feel closest to my Creator and closest to myself. There's definitely a oneness in all of that. So if you can find something that makes you feel alive and sets your soul on fire, those are the things that you need to find and then schedule them in so that you can do more of them through your weekly and through your monthly schedules. So in a world that is full of dissatisfaction, perfection, pressure, I'd like to invite you on a little journey over the next 4 weeks where we're going to discover what it looks like to unpack what it truly means to love yourself. So if that is for you, you can follow us on these videos every Friday. I'll be sharing a little glimpse of the elements that go together on that journey. But if you want to dive in deeper, I'm inviting you to a one-on-one course with me where you can have face-to-face sessions and coaching on a weekly basis on the deeper elements and facets that go into building this whole model. So if that's for you, comment below, we'll get in contact, we'll get you signed up. But if not, you can meet me here every Friday and you'll still be getting a great amount out every single Friday. So you may be asking me, Jax, this is all super cool, but where are you on this scale? And I'd have to say about 2 years ago, I was reading a book by Jackie Kendall and it said, the Lord your God told you to go and love your enemies. So why don't you put down this book and start loving yourself? And that hit me so profoundly because I realized I didn't love myself and possibly my number one enemy was myself. The number one person that I had to learn to love was me. The number one person that I had to learn to forgive was me. The number one person that I had to learn to be comfortable and have a relationship with was me. So that's been my journey over the last few years. And I'd like to encourage you to come on your own journey. So we all know that phrase, if you love something, set it free. And if it comes back, it was always truly yours. So how about you set yourself free And then you realize you were never lost, you never left, and you find yourself complete as you are right now, with self-worth, appreciation, and a whole lot of love. I look forward to seeing you next Friday.